Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Q&A Sunday. I'm Rich Dallas with Berkshire Hathaway, the Dallas-Fincham team, and on today's episode, we're going to answer 3 more questions that we got this week. 1, what are the current restrictions here in the Pittsburgh market based on the COVID pandemic that we're going through? 2, when is my first mortgage payment due? And 3, what are the 4 C's of credit? In another way this was actually asked is, what goes into making up my credit score? Okay, let's hop right into number 1 with what's the current COVID restrictions on real estate here in Pittsburgh. Right now, they haven't really changed much. Everyone's asking me this question because Florida, as you know, just opened up this week, released their, restrictions. Pittsburgh's really haven't changed on real estate. We have to wear masks when we show a house, and we have to sanitize everything as we leave the house, anything that we touch. So that's really it. Not a whole lot has changed. That's kind of been that way for the last couple of months, and most likely it's going to be that way for the next couple of months. So that is kind of a rundown of what is going on COVID-wise. Now, number 2, when is my first mortgage payment due? Get that question all the time because a buyer, let's say a buyer's closing on, we'll just say October 10th, and they're like, all right, so I have to have my monthly mortgage payment starts on November 1st because that's the next month, or the next first of a month. Well, actually, what has to happen is you need to have 30 days of interest that accumulate. So if you close on the 10th of a month, you're actually not going to have your first mortgage payment. If it's October, it won't be until December 1st, which is fantastic. So you do get that little bit of a break in between there. If you want more information on that, reach out to me, reach out to someone on the team. My number is 412-965-6387, and I can dive a little deeper. But basically, if you close in the middle of the month, you're going to skip a month. Or if you close at the end of the month, you're going to skip a month, and then your payment is going to be due the following month. So you kind of get a freebie. It all ends up being the same amount of money that you owe. There's no free month rent, but it just feels that way. So it's kind of nice. Now, the last one, what are the 4 C's of credit? And this actually came up to me as what really goes into my credit score and how is that calculated? So the first C is character. So character is basically your credit history. That's kind of how they look at that. How long has your history been? How have you been paying your payments over time? The second C is capacity, which is basically your debt to income ratio. So how much money are you making? How much money do you owe? The third C is capital. How much money do you have? That's pretty simple. And then the last one is collateral. What assets do you have that could back your credit score or your, the security for a loan that you're trying to get? So that's a real quick 4 C's. That's kind of how people, really kind of go into what your credit is made up of. And if you want to dive deeper into that, let me know, and I'll put you in touch with some credit experts because that's just scratching the surface. There's a whole lot more that goes into that, but that's really the big things, But the way to make sure your credit's good, pay your bills on time. That's it. It's pretty simple. All right. So that was another episode of Q&A Sunday. If you have any questions you want to hear on a future episode, put them in the comments below. Email me, text me, call me, whatever you got to do. Reach out to somebody on the team, and we would love to get your question answered on a future episode. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.